Hey guys, so today we're going to be looking at what .env is in Python and how we're basically using it in the gymnasium project. So here we go. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is go through a presentation about what a .env file is and why we use it, and then how to use it and where to put it in. Those things we're going to look at while we're actually looking at the code. So here we have what it is. So .env file is basically a plain text file where you can store environment variables. So it's basically like settings that the program needs to run, and it's mostly used for these configurations like database username, password, API keys, URLs, and debug settings. So in the gymnasium thing that we're doing right now, I've used it mainly for username and password to store it, because I don't want to hard code it into the program. So we'll go through that now. So why we use it? Okay, why we use it is for three reasons, mainly. So one is security, that you don't want to hard code passwords into your .py files, as I said. So that's the reason that I'm using it mainly. Then there's also portability, that different people on their environment can use different settings without changing the code. And the last thing is clean code, that it keeps your Python files focused on the logic and not on the configuration. So this is the bit where I'm using .env mainly in this file. So this is part of the code for Gymnasium. And this is basically where we're getting data from the database, about the schools and how much merit you need to get in them and so on. So all the data about the schools. So to get it from the database. So that's where we're using it. So here we're first gonna go through how to use it. So Python can't just magically read these files. You need a helper package of some sort. So here we're using python.env. So that's basically what we're importing over here, so that the Python is able to use the .env file. And then to sort of connect to the database. So that's what I'm using it for. So as I said, so security. So in order to not hard code the passwords and stuff. So that's what I'm using the .env file for. So I have it over here. And here I've taken away my password. But so you basically put in the name of the database, the user, the password, and then the password to open pgadmin basically, and then the host. And then it's basically fetching all these names from here and filling it in. So that's basically to get the data from the database. And then where to place. So I've put it over here in this file, in the Gymnasium project bit. So basically in the project's root folder, but you should never commit to GitHub. And then how it works is that the .env file is basically key value pairs. So for example, here we go. Yeah. So this is the key, and this is the value, the key, the value, the key, the value, and the key, and the value. So it's a text file with these pairs basically. So the key is, for example, database name or the user, and then the value is whatever the value is in that specific scenario. And then load.env, so this one basically, this one here. So that basically reads the file. So it reads this file, and then it puts those pairs into the environment variables. And after that, the os.getEnv, that basically retrieves them for your code. So that's how it works basically.